Hello, and welcome back to Legacy of Leaders, where we interview the brightest and most interesting leaders in the community, and today is no different. I'm your host, Whitney Mincy, joined by a very special guest, Miss Arnisha Johnson from Manifesting on More.
Yes, hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm so excited to hear about your business. For those that have not heard about Manifesting on More, please tell us what you do.
Okay, well, I am Arnisha T. Johnson. I am the owner, the lead strategist, and the award-winning grant writer of Manifesting on More, where we prepare businesses and organizations to become eligible for funding that yields longevity and success.
Wow.
And so we specialize in business development and grants, all things grants. And you know, the business is been formed and has been formed to be able to be the educational and resource and advocate for funding when it comes down to small businesses, especially nonprofits.
Yeah.
And so that's what we do. That's why we're here.
Right. And so how did you get into this?
Oh my goodness. So it started in about 2018, actually, where I first became an entrepreneur. I worked with the multi-level marketing company called It Works, and it was a beautiful relationship. I learned a lot in that. But what I found was that as I was working through that business and investing in myself in that business, I was meeting all of these incredible entrepreneurs, all these incredible women. I was like, come join my team.
Yeah.
And while I did yield some success there too, I realized that the work that I was doing with those women were making a bigger impact beyond just the work that I was doing commission-wise with the multi-level marketing company.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it was very eye-opening around 2021 where I was like, if I'm investing in myself in this business and I'm helping these women make these transformations in their business, there's gotta be something for me to be able to, you know, frame it in a way that's mine.
Right.
And cut out the middleman. And so it was God sent of like how MOM became. I'm a mom, and so I was like, I want to serve moms first.
Yeah.
And I put down MOM in my notebook. I'll never forget. And I was like, okay, what does this mean? And a lot of people who I meet, they always talk about they want more time, more freedom, more funding. And so I was like, okay, more is a word.
Yeah.
And I'm really big on just speaking what you want in your life and manifesting it.
Right.
And so I was like, manifesting, okay? What's that middle word? Well, the only word that fits is on.
Yeah.
And so Manifesting on More was birthed in 2021. And throughout my years, I'm actually about to celebrate my 3rd year in business, which is crazy because of the amount, thank you, the amount of success that we've gained so far. But that first year was tough because I started off as an entrepreneur, just giving away as many skills as I had. And it was tough, and getting burned out is a real thing. And I'll never forget, I was on Clubhouse when it was popular. And right. I was on Clubhouse. I was one of those iPhone users.
Yeah.
And I was in a room with Grant Cardone, which is a billionaire.
Okay.
And he was like, get up on stage and pitch your business. And I was like, yes, I'm ready. So I'm listening to everybody go, and it's my turn, and I'm just rambling on this business idea that I thought was really, you know, niche and specific. And he stopped me mid-sentence, and he was like, take my free course. And I was so humble. I was like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I stayed in the room a little bit. I listened to all these other people get $75,000. Email this person for a check. Email this for a 2% equity. And I was like, what did I miss?
Right.
So I reflected, and I went back and I talked to some mentors and some coaches. And I was like, I'm not specific enough.
Yeah.
I'm not niche down to where I could sell this idea, and not to say like sell, but I can really relay the work that I'm doing and the impact that I can make in one sentence.
Yeah.
Very clear, very cutthroat. And so my first year was like cray Manifesting on More. Come year 2 and now entering year 3, it's very specific. It's funding, it's grants, it's businesses and entrepreneurs and nonprofits, getting them the funding, getting them the education. And so these last 2 years have been pivotal in the amount of streamlined service and impact that I've been able to make.
Wow. Well, I would love to know, who is an ideal client for you? There's somebody watching thinking that they might be the person that would be the next client on your list.
Well,
so who is that?
I'm looking for entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofits who have positioned themselves, have registered their businesses. The sweet spot as far as funding is about that year 1, year 2. So you've done some of the work. You've made, small impacts, but you've been channeling things out of your pocket.
Yeah.
You've been spending, trying to make this business survive. And statistics show that, first year businesses, 20% of them fall. They decline, they decrease.
Yeah.
And so if that's you and you're watching this and you're like, okay, listen, I've been funneling money out of my pocket. I have been serving this business. I've been making the impact. I can say I've measured success. I just can't keep funding it out of my pocket. What about grants? And you're open to adding that new strategy and that new funding strategy into your marketing plan, into your plan, or your organizational plan, then let's talk, because you're ready. You're ready for that next stage, and you can articulate to funders that I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to help, bridge the gap and make it sound compelling.
It does. It sounds incredibly compelling. Yes, absolutely. And so I know you've got some exciting things coming on the horizon, and we're almost out of time, but I would love for you to share a little bit about that as well.
Absolutely. So 2 of the biggest things, one of them is I have taken everything from my brain, from interviews, from conversations, Zoom meetings, and me and my marketing team have put together a book. And so Let's Get Granted is the ultimate guide to grant writing. So it doesn't matter where you are in your business stage. If you're looking for that tangible resource that you're able to not only read, but start to write out an implementation strategy, and you're not quite ready for, obtaining a grant writer, but you do want everything that I would literally tell you, then you need to get this book. And so how can you get it? By going to my website, by signing up, or by purchasing it, whatever time, you see this. But yes, get the book. It's going to be, a low cost investment, but it's definitely going to be jam-packed with so many gems, tools, tips, and strategies. And then the other thing I have coming up is workshops. So January, February, March of this year, of 2024, I'm going to start doing workshops in the community for free, paid ones as well, to be able to make sure that our nonprofit organizers, our entrepreneurs, get this access to this information. And so throughout the years, if you're looking to book that workshop, contact me, because I'm ready to come and serve our people.
Wow, incredible. All right, final thought. What is the hardest part about being a successful entrepreneur?
Oh, gosh. For myself, I am a mom and I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 4. I am a devoted wife, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a full-time teacher. I teach K-5 music.
Wow.
And so I'm juggling a lot of hats.
You are.
And it's tough sometimes, because I'll use the analogy that one of my great mentors taught me was the 4 tires on a car. And, with one minor flat, you could still ride, and, the road might be a little bumpy, but you can still get where you're going.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think about that analogy as I have to just compress my life to business, myself, my family, and, my passion. And if one of the tires is a little flat, it's like, okay, I got to pump it up.
Yeah.
And just keeping that balance has been a struggle, but it's also been rewarding, because it's allowed me to make greater impacts in my life and be able to, as they would say, spill over and overflow and be in abundance to the different other areas in my life that are not those 4 tires.
Yeah. Well, incredible answer. And I thank you so much for being here and sharing about your business. If you want to learn more about Arnisha and manifesting on more, make sure you go to dailynewsnetwork.com. All of her information will be there. And we will see you next time on Legacy of Leaders.